Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So, swaps. It's Friday night, 7th of October, and there are Pootlers gathering in Birmingham as I speak. I'm not travelling down till tomorrow morning. Verylastminute.com. Been poorly. Otherwise, I would have gone tonight. These are my swaps. I'll show you one that's actually popped open, and they've got these little sewing kits. Now, if you saw my swaps from the Pinkies event that I went to earlier this year, they're very similar, except they're a little bit bigger, slightly quicker and easier to make. I've stamped on these, and I've used the Very Best trio punch on these. The other ones I did to dye. I thought they'd be quicker. Jury's still out on whether or not these were quicker, but anyway, I'll show you how I made them. Okay, so this is how I'm approaching it, with just a couple of hours to make it all. So I'm using that stamp there. That's mounted. I've got all the colours of the flowers here. So we've got Daffodil Delight, Vertical Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape and Melon Mambo. I've got the flowers there that I cut out, and a few leaves from a scan and cut. I've counted them. I think I might need to cut some more, but for the moment that's fine. Got me punch there, and I'm gonna get cutting. So these were the first 4 that I made right at the beginning of the week, whilst I was still feeling okay. And that was as far as we got. So I'm trying to remember now, 8, I believe, from the sheet. So I literally cut my paper into 8s. Now, obviously, I'm using A4 because I'm in the UK, and it would still work if you don't live in the UK. So, cut it down, cut it down. That is the size that we are using for each one. I'm not stamping the whole sheet, because the flower's directional, so I did half going one way and half going the other. It probably wouldn't matter, because it's such a small space that it probably doesn't matter. So these are 2, if you're in the UK, it's 2 and that's a 16th, so 15/16 that way. And then it's 4 1/8 that way, and that's how you get your 8 from a sheet. Now I've got to make 40, so that's oh God, I nearly did it wrong there. I need sleep. So that is 5 sheets. 5 sheets I need to do this. But I'm just going to do these for now. So just wanted to show you how I cut it up like that. So I can't do the whole sheet because I've got different numbers. So let's do, we'd be better off starting light from dark. So let's do 3 in yellow. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll work ourselves up. So if I show you the yellow one, then you'll see how they work. Right, it's photopolymer, so I'm gonna actually put them on the stamp mat. There we go. I'm gonna put a bit of paper behind, because I don't want to get ink on my stamp mat and transferring it, actually. So Daffodil Delight. I think some of that might be Melon Mambo, actually. I think those two are Melon Mambo. I didn't get the Melon Mambo out. So I'll do one Daffodil Delight. So I didn't do first and second generation, actually. I did overlap them. So that did that half, and then I just turned it over. I say, with the fact that I overlapped the flowers, it probably wouldn't matter if they were upside down. There we go. So that's the Daffodil Delight one. And then I'm just going to change to the Melon and Mambo. Just stamping off like that because it's a similar colour. Did I say Melon Mambo? It's Mango Melody. That's what it is. I have got Melon Mambo because that's that colour. So I could have covered them with DSP, but I thought I'd do some stamping. Sometimes it's about saving, you know, being able to mass make but not using very many products. I didn't want to use all my paper, to be fair. So that's that. So then what I did, I'm going to just give this a scrub. Before I change to another colour. Those two can go out of the way. So we are going to score these in half. And, oh, I know what I did. I actually cut them to be 4 so that they're scored at 2, just to make life much easier. Forgot that bit. There we go. So they are just scored at 2. I didn't want to score them before I stamped because I wanted the I didn't want a ridge, and I didn't want to do it. I could have done it. I could have folded it up and stamped all that side, turned around, stamped all that side, but I quite like the fact that it was overlapped on the bottom. So just give them a quick burnish. There we go. And then we'll bring in our punch. So I'm going to line it up on there, and it comes just in ever so slightly on the end. I'm going to do the middle before I punch the edges because it's easier to detect if we're in the centre doing it that way. And then I just did the corners I love this punch. It is so versatile. It is so much more than just making tags. It's you can do so much with it, and I use it so much. I think it's probably my most used punch right now. So then I decided to sponge round. So bring back my inks and get my sponge daubers. So I've got Daffodil Delight. Where's my Mango Melody? I'll just use the sponge. I've got daubers for every colour, but obviously I used that at some point and didn't put it back in there. So I may stop doing this at some point if I run out of time, but I'm just going to show you for the video. Going around the edges, because I do like to ink. It's what I do in my journals, and I think it's a nice touch. So that's that bit done. So then we need to stick our flowers on. That's our Mango Melodies. That's our Daffodil Delight. And I did take a bit of a leaf to go behind as well. So I'm just going to glue those down in place. Put the leaf on the flower first, Tombow in there. Some of these I cut out with a margin and some I didn't. I was sort of experimenting which I liked best. And I think it depends on the project. There we go. This has already got a bit of green on, so I don't think I'm going to bother with the leaf on these ones. Being a bit frugal with my leaves. Some of these cutouts have got leaves on, so they don't need it. And then I've just remembered, because I cut these down to 4 inches wide, I actually, when I trimmed my full sheet, I trimmed the 1/4 inch off, which was perfect for stamping my sentiment, which I haven't got out. And I'm using Penguin Place for that. I can't see it. I don't know why, because I'm completely blind. There we go. And I've put lots of thanks because of swapping. So saying thank you. Thank you for the swap. So I can't believe that Jill's not coming. My friend Jill for Paper Days of Crafting, who we have a Facebook group together and we do lives together. And she's not coming. I mean, at the beginning of the week, neither of us thought we were coming. And we were sort of messaging each other going, how are you? And she did get better and it seemed hopeful. And then in the end, she's not. I have been dosing myself up. So I don't like that. It's not quite in the middle. So that I'll I'll be okay. There we are. And then it's just last night. I just didn't sleep. Couldn't believe it. It's like I'm doing so well, getting better. And then I toss and turn for like 2-3 hours. And I just thought, what are you doing? I hate lying in bed, not being able to sleep. So I gave in and got up. I've been back to bed now. But I'm going to be so tired now at the weekend. And I've got to drive. Thankfully, it's only a 2.5 hour drive. So it's not too bad. There we go. So I'm going to just snip that at an angle. There we go. And then you can take the angle you snipped off, bring it down to this side, and then it matches. But then I've cut it. I'll just do it. It's too difficult for me to think about. Far too difficult for me to think about. And that one I didn't really leave much of a space. There we go. That'll do. I did cut the other one down as well, which I'm going to do. And get my long scissors so that I can snip them. I could leave it like that, but I'm just a bit of a perfectionist, and I prefer it when it's a bit closer to the words. So one long swoop. There we go. I just think that looks nicer. I'm gonna just cut the top off this one because it's quite close to the bottom there. There we go. And then I will sponge round these to finish them off. There we are. So get rid of all those bits. Keep tidy, Jess, keep tidy. And then we've got Mango Melody. Should have enough ink on the sponge. So it's these little touches that I think make a difference to a project, and it's those little touches that I might end up not being able to do, depending on how much time I've got. After showing you how I've done it, I'm then gonna mass make, so I kind of do all the stamping for all the rest of them. Stamp all the sentiments. So it's like a conveyor belt. Things get done much quicker that way. And I'll show you them all when they're done. So that's that, and then we need our little sewing kits. So they are very similar to the ones I made before in the last event I went to, but I used a die for that, and I thought this way was quicker. I used a die and some DSP, and not sure if it's quicker. To be honest, it's probably about the same. So I'm going to use a little bit of snail just to stick that in place. There we go. Now I've got some retired ribbon. This was a celebration, so I've got some one I made earlier. But I haven't got Mango Melody, so I have got Mango Melody blend, which I don't think you buy anymore. I think that was a colour they discontinued. Goodness only knows why. Ours not to reason why, ours but to just do. So I'm gonna get a bit of the crinkle. I think I did about 4 inches. So 4, 6, 8. That'll be about right. That'll do too. Love blends for the fact that you can colour things. There we go. Don't need that. Get red. So Mango Melody. Just going to colour the ribbon. Could have just used white ribbon, to be fair. Didn't need to do this step, but I haven't got blends for all the colours, so I can't do it for all of them. Got Flirty Flamingo, but I haven't got the others. Not sure if they do a Gorgeous Grape blend, but I can do, for the Fresh Freezer, I could do light Highland Heather. I think that'll work, and I might do dark Highland Heather for Gorgeous Grape. I think that'll probably work. For the Mango, oh, I don't know. I've got an old Lovely lipstick. I think that might work. There we go. So four inches might be ever so slightly generous. And what I'll do is I'll put my sticker on the inside. I have a sticker, all my details, and I usually say check out my blog and YouTube. See how I made it? Doesn't need to be 4 inches. Look at that. 3 might have been enough. Thing is, sometimes you need it a little bit longer to be able to actually manipulate it. So I might have gone down to 3.5. And when you're making 40 half inches is 20 inches. It's quite a lot of ribbon that I could save in these times of rising costs. Every little penny saved is worth doing, I think. So that is how I'm making these little swaps. So I'm going to get on with the rest of them and I'll show you them all when they're finished. So I managed to finish them. I did on the last few I did give up on the inking around them, and do you know, I like them both ways, to be fair. I think they look good both ways. A few of them I need to adjust because they keep popping open, but I'll probably stick a glue dot or something in them. So yeah, they're all done. It is just after 9. a cock at night on the Friday. So yeah, sort of 14 hours to spare. So yeah, I've never been this lastminute.com, but hey ho, all done. So yeah, that's some retired ribbon in that one. These ones I've knotted, which is probably the way to go to keep them closed. So yeah, that's me different colours. So yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I probably like these purpley ones the best, to be fair, but yeah, I think they're all cute. Love this DSP. I think it's really pretty. Nice to do something that's not vintage for a change. I've really enjoyed it, even with it being last minute. Okay, thanks for watching me. I'll link down below to everything that I've used, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody.